Your city, your news. From the campus of the University of Nebraska at Omaha, this is the Omaha News.
The Virginia Tech tragedy has caused campuses nationwide to reevaluate their security policies. This leaves some students wondering how safe they are at UNO.
Before he got used to his sea legs, a Navy war veteran remembers a time when his feet were never meant to leave the ground. Good afternoon, I'm Ryan Kronschnabel.
And I'm Heidi Sampier. Student safety has reached new levels for universities, but just how safe is UNO's campus? Jason Hendricks reports on how campus security is handling new challenges that face an expanding university.
Stats from the security policies and crime statistic pamphlets show that little crime exists on campus. Most students, like Bethany Reagan, feel safe when they're on campus.
I do, yeah. There's plenty of security points on here that kind of help out. Never had an issue, so I've never seen an issue either.
Typically we have at least 4 officers out, sometimes 5, maybe 6. We've always got 3 vehicles, at least 2 vehicles are moving all the time. That's a pretty typical day.
In 2006, none of these major crimes were reported on campus. However, the number of these 3 crimes had risen from the year before. In 2006, there were 2 more sex offenses, 1 more vehicle theft, and 8 more liquor law offenses than in 2005. But in 2006, there were 5 fewer burglaries and 9 fewer drug offenses. It's not only the students that feel safe, but also members of the faculty and staff also don't feel any danger when they're at school.
I feel very safe. I've never felt that there would any harm would become of me because there's so many people on campus always. It's really safe.
Although there are very few major crimes on campus, minor problems such as alcohol-related crimes continue to happen.
Well, we're working with the residence halls to try to kind of get the word out to students more efficiently. We're also working with a group on campus, High-Risk Drinking Task Force. That group, it's only been about a year or so old, and its idea is to go out there and kind of get the word out to students about binge drinking. It's not stopping drinking, but actually drinking responsibly.
Stats aren't out yet for the 2007 year, but they should be about equal to 2006. For the Omaha News, I'm Jason Hendricks.
To get a copy of the security policies and crime statistics, go to the campus security offices located in the Epley Administration Building. If you have questions, call Campus Security at 554-2648. Douglas County Attorney Don Klein says 14-year-old Marcel Davis will be charged as an adult. The boy is accused of pointing a gun at an Omaha police officer. Officer Nicholas Andrews fired his duty weapon, wounding the teenager in the leg on Tuesday. Davis's injuries aren't life-threatening. Officer Andrews is on administrative leave pending an investigation.
Also in law enforcement news, several recent incidents involving the use of force by the Omaha Police Department had the people in the community worried. Those concerns were expressed in a panel discussion at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. The participants are upset the incidents seemed to center on race.
You could say overreaction by the police, to put it nicely. In some cases, just outright racism, profiling. And as a result, people end up being victims of the police as opposed to being served by the police.
The controversy involves the use of force with the Galvin Pecos family, Reynaldo Rodriguez and Alejo Clark. They're also concerned with what they see as racial profiling among police officers. No one from the police department attended the session. Papillion La Vista public schools are trying to build opposition to the Metro learning community, but Governor Dave Heineman says it's time for the metro area school districts to focus on educating kids and closing achievement gaps instead. Since the law passed in May, discontent has grown among area districts. 6 districts, including Westside, Elkhorn, Gretna, and Bennington, have raised financial concerns since the session ended. Studies have shown that those districts are likely to lose funding.
Great Plains natives can feel like a fish out of water on the open seas, but wars change the course of history. One Nebraska native remembers a time when sprinting a mile had nothing to do with boot camp. Laurel Wappelhorst has more.
Ooh, there's some good stuff coming up.
Every year around Veterans Day, Dale Schnur reflects on his time in the Navy.
My boot camp picture.
His twin brother Dean, right beside him. But his favorite memories come from their tag team efforts before the uniforms in boot camp. They come from the days when they were sprinting across the finish line as small-town track stars.
I guess we were good, but we certainly didn't know it.
In the 50s, they were members of Snyder High School's first track team, posting some of the fastest times in the state. It didn't take long before the newspapers began to notice the twins.
I got my picture in the Omaha World Herald, and that was big stuff for a kid that had been no further than 50 miles from home.
The boys were like one unit, earning nicknames like the Flash Twins.
They referred to us as Double Trouble. That is Dean winning the 440.
At the state track meet their senior year, the boys helped sprint towards the school's only championship in history.
Even now, 55 years later, people still remember that we won the state track tournament.
Dean has passed away, but Dale still holds fond memories.
Yeah, looking back on my sports career, probably not the best time of my life, but it certainly taught me what the good times in life are.
Spoken all in the realization that the best times have nothing to do with a stopwatch. For the Omaha News, I'm Laura Wappelhorst.
Dean and Dale went to Midland Lutheran College on a football and track scholarship, but after 1 year, they decided to join the Navy. The brothers still have track records there that they set as freshmen.
In world news, Pakistan President Pervez Musharraf stepped down as Pakistan's military commander today. Since seizing power in a 1999 coup, Musharraf has served as president while retaining his post as the head of armed forces. Musharraf's retirement from the military has been a key demand that may help defuse a possible boycott of parliamentary elections.
Slovakian officials arrest 3 people accused of attempting to sell a small amount of nuclear material. A spokesman says specialists are examining the radioactive material seized. The substance weighs 2.2 pounds. He believes the 3 were planning to sell the material for $1 million. 2 of the suspects were arrested in eastern Slovakia, the other in Hungary. Coming up, fans are shocked by the Maverick football team's recent playoff loss. Find out fans' reactions to another disappointing playoff push.
Modern-day gladiators take to the cage. One local hopeful has title-contending dreams in mind. Stay tuned, you're watching the Omaha News.
UNO Television.
Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
What do you think arthritis looks like?
I've never felt like this. It's scary. Even carrying like a bundle of clothes down to the laundry room hurt. There's a piece of me still that hopes that someday I'll wake up and they'll say, oh, we were wrong. You don't have this. It's something else. The hardest thing for me is just asking for help when I need help.
These are the faces of arthritis. Learn more online or call the Arthritis Foundation Nebraska chapter at 330-6130. Arthritis, it's not what you think.
With high expectations comes great letdowns. UNO football fans found this out the hard way. Eric Iverson has the story.
Expectations were high heading into UNO's football game against Central Washington.
We're going to win. Yeah. I figured we'd win, but I knew it would be hard fought.
I think it's difficult to beat a school twice. So I was very nervous actually going into Saturday's game.
In the back of my mind there was a chance that we could lose, but that was just such a remote possibility I didn't even want to think about it.
Fans packed the stands hoping to see a win on the football field, bringing UNO one step closer to a national championship. However, with the 20-17 loss against Central Washington, these stands will remain empty until next fall. With the high expectations for the postseason, the letdown after the loss was even greater.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's absolutely, because you want it, you want it for the players, you want it for the coach, you want it for the school. I think it would have been, it would have been a tremendous opportunity for UNO, for us to be hosting a game this coming Saturday.
It's a tremendous letdown, and I'm still feeling it today, but there's next season.
Despite another postseason loss, confidence is high about the football team and the athletic program here at UNO.
UNO has one of the best athletic programs in the country for Division II. And year in and year out, Pat Burns has had an outstanding football team.
With the end of the NCC, UNO will face its first year in the Mid-American Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Even though it is a new conference with new rivalries, expectations for the football team is high. Many fans believe that UNO will compete for the conference championship and make another berth into the playoffs. For the Omaha News, I'm Eric Iverson.
The UNO football team will dedicate this offseason to improving their game. They also face new challenges. Athletics will be entering the Mid-American Intercollegiate Athletic Association next year.
Shifting to winter sports, the Maverick hockey team will take to the ice against Notre Dame this weekend. Looking to continue their strong play over the last month, the Mavs head to South Bend on Friday and Saturday to clash with the Fighting Irish. The hockey team stands at 5-5-1 on the season, and Notre Dame is 12-4. The Washington Redskins lost a valuable member of their football family this weekend. Defensive safety Sean Taylor died of injuries suffered from a gunshot wound. Taylor, a former Miami Hurricane great, was asleep at his home Sunday night when an intruder entered his home. The intruder broke into the bedroom and shot Taylor in the leg. The bullet hit a main artery, causing massive blood loss, and Taylor never regained consciousness.
Finding gridiron success difficult, a former NFL athlete is trading in dreams of a Super Bowl ring on his finger. Now he's setting his sights on a title belt around his waist. The day after Thanksgiving, while most of us were sitting around eating leftovers, Abe Wagner was training hard at the gym. Abe stepped into Mid-America Martial Arts at 11 o'clock and began his vigorous routine to prepare for an upcoming Victory Championship bout. When the buzzer would sound, he would get a break, just long enough to catch his breath and begin another session of training. Abe, a heavyweight mixed martial artist for Victory Fighting, will enter the ring on December 7th against Matt Anderson in a championship title fight. To prepare for his December 7th fight at Mid-America Center, Abe Wagner has been working out 5 days a week, working on both his stand-up and ground games. Abe, a grad of Michigan Tech University, began fighting after a career in the NFL and became an unattainable goal.
I tried to play professionally for a while. I spent some time with the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills, and after my football career didn't work out, it seemed like fighting was the next logical step for me.
He is now a powerful fighter known for his mind-jolting blows and quick moves. He has incorporated vigorous training into his routine to ensure he is conditioned and ready to step into the ring against Matt Anderson, who is a more experienced fighter. Victory J.
That's my pen name. I'm, in addition to promoting the largest regional mixed martial art circuit in the Midwest, I'm also a columnist for Ultimate Grappling Magazine.
Signed Abe to the Victory team a few years ago, and Abe has flourished as a fighter, but does it for the love of mixed martial arts, not necessarily a career.
Obviously, everybody's ultimate goal would be to fight in the UFC, but I have a day job besides this. To dedicate that kind of time would I don't know how feasible that is at this point, so I'm just taking it one fight at a time.
Wagner is currently unblemished in his mixed martial arts career. He hopes to leave the cage next Saturday with the new notch on his new belt. Next, Laurel Wobblehorse will visit with Miss Nebraska, Ashley Brewer. Her upcoming competition for Miss America is just 2 months away.
And coming up, we go to the Anime NebraskaCon, the annual anime convention in Lincoln. Stay tuned to find out more.
Take a look at UNO and you'll find a school that can pretty much be everything to everyone. We have that big city feel and a sense of community that creates a close, friendly campus. Our professors and resources contribute to our great reputation in the city and the region. So whether you're just starting out, transferring, earning a degree online, or choosing a new path in life, you'll be able to find what you want.
Drugs, crime, prostitution, hunger. Visit yesomaha.org and donate to Youth Emergency Services. Help take homeless kids off the streets before something else does.
Breathtaking, electrifying, inspiring. Award-winning documentaries produced by UNO Television offer you a window on the history of Omaha and the world. Beginning with the acclaimed 2-hour documentary on the history of Omaha, If These Walls Could Speak, UNO Television has developed a reputation for producing high-quality programs that explore, educate, and enlighten. These outstanding productions can be part of your home video collection. For information about purchasing VHS or DVD copies, call 554-2516 or visit our website at unotv.unomaha.edu.
She grew up in the Nebraska Panhandle, watching pageants on TV, playing dress-up, and dreaming that one day she'd have a chance to walk across the Miss America stage. In June, that dream came true as the 22-year-old Scottsbluff native won the Miss Nebraska pageant. Now she has the opportunity to represent Nebraska at the Miss America pageant this January in Las Vegas. Joining us now is Ashley Bauer, Miss Nebraska 2007. Ashley, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
I want to talk a little bit about how your life has changed since you won the title. 6 months ago, you were a UNO student, and now you're Miss Nebraska.
Well, it's been a huge lifestyle change, that's for sure. I've traveled about 20,000 miles in my car across the state, constantly traveling to different areas all along up and down the interstate and north and south. And then I've also traveled to do a couple Miss America PR events, such as the reality show that we just shot in LA, and also a Miss America cruise that we were the entertainment for down at Miami, Florida.
Talk a little bit about that LA reality show experience. What was that like for you?
Well, it was definitely a new experience. I had no idea what I was in for, and they didn't tell us any information until we got down there. So packed as much clothes as I could in 2 bags and came down. They would tell us what we were doing each day, so we wouldn't know what the next day held or even that afternoon held. And so we had different events. We got to know all the girls. We lived in one big house and really outside of LA, and we didn't leave the whole time we were filming. So broke down all the facades I think a lot of girls came into with their competition mode on, and without our board, our directors, our family around, we had to sort of break down and be real, which was good.
And they actually changed your hair color
Yes.
while you were there, which was a big switch for you.
Yes, they did a makeover style, because what we're trying to do this year is revamp the Miss America image and make her more relevant, someone that girls can look up to and that want to watch and see what she's doing, so that she has a better impact, that she's a role model, just like Britney Spears and Paris Hilton, but maybe a better one.
Right.
So they're talking about revamping our image and making us more trendy and now, and that was part of the makeover, which they did to all of us.
I want to talk a little bit about the troubles that Miss USA Tara Connor had last year. She almost got a crown taken away for drug and alcohol abuse, and I know that's a completely different system, but,
Yes.
but how do you feel about that as someone who knows the responsibility of carrying a crown?
Well, I think that obviously Donald Trump did what he thought was best for his program and for Tara, and I hope that by getting a second chance that she could prove herself and prove that making a difference can. But I also know that with myself being in the position that I am, that I have to sign a contract and hold myself to be the role model that I am to young girls across the state, across America. And so for that, giving all pageants a bad rap, it really, really did. And especially since so many of us are really, really trying to be amazing role models and to carry what we're saying in our everyday and personal lives.
Talk a little bit about your platform. You're doing mentoring. You work a lot with Teammates, which is a program that Tom Osborne started.
Yes.
How have you been able to really make a difference there during your reign?
Well, it's been really fun to be a spokesperson for the Teammates program in Nebraska because it's such an amazing program and it's growing so much. I think we're now in 94 communities in Nebraska and in Iowa. And it's been an honor to work with Tom Osborne and Nancy Osborne, and their daughter, Suzanne Hintz, is the executive director across the state. So I've been able to do a lot of recruiting for mentors. Also, I've been able to speak to a lot of children about finding an adult that can help them with their challenges. With Education Quest, the governor and I have been able to go out to many schools and talk about pairing yourself with an adult in order to make it to college. And also, I've been able to go to new communities that I've been in that don't have the Teammates program to start that up. So it's been really phenomenal to see the impact that I've been able to bring to this program, and that also the impact that even just a mentor has on a child's life, and I get to see those stories every day.
Right, that'd be very rewarding.
Yes, it is.
The pageant is less than 2 months away. Are you getting excited, nervous, a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I'm almost in a little bit of panic mode because you always, especially when I won in June, I thought, oh my goodness, I have 6 months. I have so long, and it's just a process of doing the job of Miss Nebraska and saying, okay, I have 6 months to prepare for Miss America, so I'm a little bit of a procrastinator, and I prioritize what I have to do at the moment. So now I have 7 weeks to get everything together, and I'm like, oh, I should have started 2 months ago.
And you just said you're going down to get a sketch ready for your dress for the big day very soon here.
Yes, I'm working with the designer Sherry Hill, and she's going to sketch and make my evening gown for my talent competition, which I sing. So I'm excited to actually sit down with her and sketch our idea, but also a little nervous because she said that she's going to have it made in 2 weeks, but it's still close to the line here.
Any idea what you're going to do for color or style?
I don't know, because the hair has changed all my color schemes. So I'm interested to see what Sherry has, because she's so creative and she's got amazing taste in what colors look good on so many girls and on stage. I'm thinking maybe a bright red for Nebraska, or
that
maybe
would look very pretty, very appropriate.
Yes,
correct. Well, thank you so much for being here, Ashley. You can watch Ashley compete for the Miss America title on January 26th live on TLC. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
If your days get out of control, reset your attitude by setting your radio to KVNO, Classical 90.7. Discover your own personal oasis of serenity on KVNO Classical 90.7.
What do you think arthritis looks like?
I got diagnosed with it when I was 4 years old. I usually have to use my cane to get out of bed, and I can't rip the toilet paper or get in the car. I don't cry like I used to. I need my mom and my dad to help me get dressed. I'm hoping that they will find a cure.
These are the faces of arthritis. Learn more online or call the Arthritis Foundation Nebraska chapter at 330-6130. Arthritis, it's not what you think.
Watching a typical newscast, you can see that most stories are little more than headlines. But we think it's important to learn the details of one issue at a time. That's why we urge you to consider this. I'm Andrea McMaster. Join me each week from the UNO campus on a program that focuses on the issues that really matter to Nebraskans. Watch Consider This each Monday night at 5:30 on the Knowledge Network.
UNO Television.
Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV Crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV Crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Already in need of volunteers, bell ringers for the Salvation Army got a morale boost this weekend. A South African Krugerrand, much like the one pictured here, was dropped into a Salvation Army kettle at the 134th and West Maple Kmart. Though no one knows who drops the coins, a gold piece or two is found every year in bell ringer kettles across town.
Costumes aren't just for October. A local group of sci-fi gurus is bringing the adventure to life. Cindy Kuthon has more.
Wigs, cosplay, and Pocky are all part of the lives of the anime fans.
Basically, this is a celebration of Japanese animation.
Anime has been in the United States since the 1960s, but in more recent years developed a more popular following. Most fans get to openly show their love for anime at conventions like these.
I know everyone here is a total nerd just like me.
This is Anime NebraskaCon. Anime NebraskaCon is held here every year at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's Student Union. NebraskaCon started out as a way for UNL's anime club to raise money.
It was kind of a spur-of-the-moment kind of deal.
Because of its success as a one-day convention, it grew into a three-day convention.
This is that none of our staff are paid. This is basically a volunteer effort, and it requires many hours of time and a lot of dedication to get this together.
At the convention, fans cosplay.
It's just you're going to be someone that you're not.
Do you think most of these people are going to dress up like this when they go to work? I mean, I wouldn't think so, but...
Attend panels about various anime topics, spend their money at the Artist Alley and the Dealer Room. Also, they can go play games like Guitar Hero and Dance Dance Revolution. For fans, this is a way to enjoy themselves.
Like when I come here, like I can be friends with anybody.
In its fourth year as a convention, they expect 700 to 800 people this year, but they think they're getting too big for the Lincoln campus.
There's just more regulations here. If we move somewhere else, we'll have less restrictions on certain things we do.
The plan for next year is to move the convention to a hotel. For now, this convention is allowing fans to make friends and have fun. For the Omaha News, I'm Cindy Kuthon.
Planning the 2008 convention will be underway soon. For more information, visit animenebraskacon.com. Next week on the Omaha News, we'll be looking into the declining value of the American dollar.
Plus, the anniversary of Pearl Harbor is just days away. We'll have a special report commemorating the event.
For all of us at the Omaha News, thanks for watching.